All right, here we are. I said I was going to reuse the soil that was in those pond baskets, and I am. I'm just not going to reuse them in this planting. There are some critters that I have to evict. Nothing serious, but I think a few weeks in some hot environment will dissuade them from coming back and kill who's ever there. Okay, this is the pot. Can't remember the dimensions, so I'll measure it. The mica pot, outside to outside, is 28 inches, a pretty big pot. I have a rock feature and I have the schematic of what I want to do hanging up. What I'd like to do first is get a layer of pumice on the bottom, just one rock thick. A drainage layer. Not necessary, but I think I want it. This is going to take a lot of soil. That's one of the reasons I'm putting a pumice layer down. Not that I don't have a lot of soil right now, I do. Plus, I'm going to reuse that other soil. I think that was from the bonsai supply. I did buy a bag of that, even though I mix my own generally. I did buy a bag of that, and it's really good. That's the pumice layer. Now I'm going to attempt to put new bonsai soil on top and kind of mound it where I see trees in my schematic. I've got a mound back here. I'm going to extend that mound all the way around because I've got that weird tree that's kind of destined for this space. Gotta get that filled in underneath. All right, here we go with tree placement. This is actually take 2, but I'm not even going to show you take 1 because I made a mistake. But I think I figured this tree out. I'm going to have it on the rock. Right there. All these roots will be buried. I got to make them a little shorter, and I'm getting rid of this guy right there. Sorry if you like that. There's not that many roots there, so I'm not that concerned. Let me clean that up a little. Okay. Now for that to work, this is too long. These are all too long. This is all too long. Now I can make this work. It's got to be straight. It's got to be believable. You believe it? I believe it. All right, let's get some soil in there. Oops, gotta be careful. And that'll be tightened down and the angle corrected. So that's tree number 1. I thought I'd start in the front, but it's not working out that way. Okay, so that would have been this tree. So I just pick up some room over here for another tree. And I gotta start lower. I want to make it pretty close to the edge. So I had some here with sort of one-sided roots. I have to make this a little smaller. I think I do. So this is the orientation. Shorten it back a little bit, make me be able to get it closer to the edge. And just take a little bit off the front. Okay. What do I got? Okay. Let's get this guy buried. Need bigger scoops at a time for this operation. Yeah, I'm glad I started again. I had everything too high to begin with. And interestingly, that's a mistake I've made in the past. So, all right. Next one is going to be up here, right about there. So, let's try there. What's a good tree for that? Well, shoot, they're all good. But I like that. I like that. I'm going to go way down with this. Got to get it closer to the back. I like that side. Huh? Looks like I have to trim this side then. I want that as the front. Now is when the design intent really matters. Okay, the three back ones. I have one planned for right here. And I'm making some room for it. Okay, got to make this one shorter all the way around. Now, I like that little bend it has in it. How do I want that? I think at this point in the planting, I want it going in. Kind of mirrors that a little bit. This forest has been a long time coming. And I'm really happy with that. Okay. Next tree right about here. Okay. I really like this tree. What do I have to do to get it to fit here? Is that where? I got to keep this free of tools or else I won't be able to turn it. Right about there. Maybe a little closer to the front, which would make this have to come shorter significantly. Okay. All of this a bit shorter. I might have spun that around a little. I think I like this side best. Placement is so important, and I've been unhappy with the placement of some of the things I've done. Now, in retrospect, but there's nothing you can do about it except try and get it right the first time. Okay, I got to round out this side of the forest with 2 more trees in this area. So let's get some soil out of here. Two more trees. Okay, here's one that I can get close to an edge. Let's see. It's got to be this one here. Right here. Okay, and one over here. Okay, this one. That is wonderful placement there. Okay, moving on to this side. I'll give myself plenty of room. I'm really happy with that. Okay, I got a tree that needs to go here. Right here. Let's see. Okay. I'm telling myself not to be worried about what I'm doing right now. But if I'm honest, I try to be, I am worried. Okay, right there. Okay. One of my goals was so that I could get my hands in everywhere. I didn't want this to be too much of a sprawling mess where I couldn't get my hands in. Okay, next tree. I've got two trees, one up here and one a little further down. So what kind of tree do I have that I could push close there? I think this one. This is the other one that had that funny lower root system. I can push this real close. Very good. Okay. Yeah, right about there. Let's get a little pile there. Okay, good front? Yeah, good front. All right. I know I'm going to be wishing I had more of a charge on my battery. Okay. Excellent. Now one here. And then one here and one here. So this one should be pretty close there. Wait a minute. All right, yeah, I've got to rethink. I've only got 2 more trees. Everything was thrown off because of this. But that's better. I have 2 more trees in this big space. Right there. Make that work. Okay. And that's going to be fine. Right there. All right, now I'm going to work the roots in all the way around, work the soil into the roots rather, all the way around. And I'll come back when these are sturdy in the pot. So let's have a look at the Dawn Redwood forest all planted up. I've given it a cursory watering. I'm going to take it outside and put it in the vat that I had the trees soaking in. Everything's pretty straight. This turned out great. Tomorrow I'll get some cut paste on there after it dries. And I think I'm going to leave it outside tonight. Why not? These trees have never been indoors. Over the summer, I'll do some landscaping. I'll put some trails in there. I'll put some moss on here sooner rather than later. I've got some nice root spread showing, and more will show. And the trees look fantastic. All right. Thank you so much for keeping me company in my backyard. The first planting on my benches so far this year. My new Redwood forest.